Can we have a bell ringer? Lily. Thank you. Excellent. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I don't want that. There we go. Thank you. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Society. I'm Ann Leake. Is it closer? Arr. I'm presiding today. This was my idea. There's a lot of technology involved, and hopefully it works, but it wouldn't be possible without Jonathan. So I did a very small piece of the technology, and he has really helped, hopefully, to put this together so we can connect to Ukraine today. The previous video was Kharkiv, Ukraine. You saw before the war. That's where my friend lives. I thought it was interesting that it said drone footage. I don't know the date of this, but obviously more than 5 years ago, before Ukraine or the world thought about using drones as a means of conducting warfare, which is exactly what's happened these days. So our theme this month is Refresh and Renew, because we're refreshing and renewing this space starting on Tuesday. So hopefully when we come back in August, you will see a lovely, refreshed sanctuary and other spaces. And am I doing? One more time. There we go. Okay. So we have an opening song today, chalice lighting, greeting, joys and concerns, the same general format for today. The service is taped, and hopefully my friend Tatiana will be able to join us live at about 11:15 if things work out. It'll be a surprise for all of us. So the song that's coming up is actually the song we know as Carol of the Bells. So it's a Christmas song, but I was very surprised at Christmas time to find out that this is originally a Ukrainian song for New Year's. And when my friend Tatiana and I were talking about this, when I discovered that it was a Ukrainian song originally, she was very excited to talk to me about this song and how important it is in Ukraine and the meaning. So let's listen to a Christmas song, but with special meaning.
Щедрик, щедрик, щедрівочка, he flew the swallow from afar, started to sing loudly loud, asking the master to come out. Come here, O kind master, it's time in the sheepfold wonders to find. Your lovely sheep have given birth to little lambs of great worth. All of your wares are very fine, coin you will have in a big pile. All of your wares are very fine, coin you will have in a big pile. You have a wife fair as a dove, if not the coin, then the chaff. You have a wife fair as a dove. Щедрик, щедрик, щедрівочка, прилетіла ластівочка, стала собі щебетати, господаря викликати. Ще йди, веди, господарю, подивися на кошару, там овечки покотилися, ягнички народились. Тебе товар весь хороший, будеш мати мірку грошей. Тебе товар весь хороший, будеш мати мірку грошей. Тебе жінка чорноброва, хоч не розчіто полова. Тебе жінка чорноброва, щедрик, щедрик, щедрівочка, прилетіла ластівочка.
And now we have chalice lighting. And Callan, can you come and light the chalice? And can we read this together, please? When the great mosaic of humanity is treated with respect and dignity, when no person is threatened by hunger or war, when we have extended hospitality to the stranger and tended to the sick, when equity and justice reign everywhere, then we shall all be free. We light this flame to hold that moment in our spirit and in our minds until we can make it real. Thank you. A lot of hopes there. Okay, can we take a few minutes to greet one another? Okay, time for joys and concerns. Don, would you like to move your coffee cup, please?
I am happy for John.
Thank you. I'm going to start. A joy that Jonathan knows technology and could really help. So I really appreciate that. And I don't know, sort of a concern for the garden, joy and concern for the garden. The garden has been very challenging this year. Deer, rabbits, heat, no rain, weeds. We're persisting, but it's hard, and the bounty is not out there yet. But I was able to share some produce, zucchini and tomatoes, with our immigrant families the other day. So my first efforts are paying off a little bit, that we were able to share the bounty of the garden with our neighbors.
I got my braces off, if I haven't already said it already.
I shall bounce off of that. I got my lower braces, and it was very challenging because my top teeth were hitting my lower brackets, so then I went back in and got a bumper on my canine, or my canine's not there yet, on like molar.
A joy. Jim and I were able to attend the Wisconsin Farmers Union celebration in Chippewa Falls on Saturday, and we got to meet Brian Reislinger, the author of Land Rich, Cash Poor, and he's such a genuine human being. It was such a pleasure.
Okay, no others? I'm trying to be mindful of the time, too, so we try to work this technology in. Okay. The big rock for all the joys and sorrows unexpressed today. Hold them in our hearts. Okay, we're here to learn a little bit, I hope, about what life is like in Ukraine, going on 5 years that people have tried to put up with this war. I'm going to explain how I got connected with this woman in Ukraine. A little bit more than a year ago, I saw a post on Facebook from this company. It's called Engine. It was started by a Ukrainian woman in New York, and what it does is match English speakers with Ukrainians who want to practice English or learn English. And they were specifically at that point looking for English teachers, English-speaking teachers who could match with English teachers in Ukraine. I said, well, I can do that. And the requirement was at least 1 hour a week. And so I got matched with Tatiana. She is an English teacher. And there was a curriculum that we followed for a few months that was put together by this organization. But after we completed that curriculum, we have just stayed in touch, communicating. And mostly we talk about her life and the war. If you are interested, they are looking for volunteers. They have matched over 70,000 people, speakers, with Ukrainians wanting to learn English, all age groups. They supply the curriculum. You can meet singly, you can meet in groups with people. It's online there if you're interested. It's a wonderful organization. I think it's really well run. So if you have an hour a week that you would like to put into making a new friend and understanding the war, contact this organization. So Tatiana lives in Kharkiv, 30 miles from the Russian border. She lives on the top floor, 9th floor of an apartment building in an apartment complex. She teaches English, 2 different schools. She teaches sort of elementary kids. They have a school building that she goes to because that building has a bomb shelter underneath it. She also teaches in a high school, but that school cannot meet in person because that school has no bomb shelter underneath. So she meets her students via Zoom. But electricity is not secure, promised. The Wi-Fi connections, internet connections are not at all assured. So she never knows from day to day whether she's going to be able to log on, whether her students are going to be able to log on, because now they are everywhere. They're not just in her city in Ukraine. A lot of them have moved out, but they still meet with her. Air raid sirens go off constantly. Sometimes when she's teaching, and she'll explain a little bit of this, on the 3rd floor of her elementary school building, there will be an air raid siren. All the students and teachers have to run down 3 flights of stairs into the bomb shelter, sit there until there's an all clear, then they walk back up to the classroom, and sometimes, several times a day, they might be in the classroom for 2 or 3 minutes before there's another air raid siren, and they all have to go down into the shelter. So it's up and down, sometimes several times a day. If you can imagine how frustrating that is for everyone involved. And her younger students, who are 10 years old, have lived with the war for almost 5 years, and before that it was COVID. So what do these students know about life or normal life? It's hard to digest sometimes. So Tatiana spoke with me for about 25 minutes. Jonathan put subtitles in. I think her English is excellent, though she does have an accent. But let's start.
To everyone. That's my great pleasure to be the part of this video and speak a bit more about the situation in Ukraine, where I'm from. So my name is Tatiana, I'm the English teacher. I've been teaching children for 27 years, and I like my job very much. That was my choice of job. So I'm a happy teacher, as I have good results from my students, good relationship with them, with my colleagues and parents. But I want also to say that the war that is on in Ukraine getting us a lot of challenging things. So we have to come through a lot of dangerous and challenging moments. Well, I live in Kharkiv. That's the second biggest city in Ukraine after our capital, Kiev. So this is city number 2, with a population of more than 1.5 million. It's a wonderful city, but unfortunately it is very close to the border with the Russian Federation, just about 30 kilometers from the border. That's why you understand that my city is constantly under the attacks. When I say that the attacks are permanent, it means that the break between the sirens, between the alarms, can be just several minutes. So one attack is over and next attack starts just several minutes after. I want to say that they are of different types. As a teacher, I can speak about the process of teaching, which is constantly interrupted. For example, I'm a teacher of 2 schools. I work online in the state school, and I can work with my students only via Zoom. So we have Zoom conferences every day, and the students can't go to school because our school doesn't have any shelter. So all the process in this school is online. So we can organize some meetings with our students, but only 15 students from my big class. I have 41 students all in all. Only 15 of them are in Kharkiv. That's why you understand that the situation for many families is also difficult, because many families had to leave Ukraine when the war started. I want to say that the online studies is also difficult because we are really dependent on the internet connection, and because of a lot of attacks or power cuts, we sometimes do not have any opportunities to have our classes. Especially it happens in a cold period of times like autumn, winter, because that was the highest period of attacks made by Russians, and many lessons were skipped because we didn't have any opportunity. The authority of our city provides the students with some underground schools. Some schools were organized in the underground, like in metro. They are called metro schools. But still, the city is really big. We have a lot of students of different ages, and we do not have enough space for all of them to study underground. Some schools were built underground, but thanks to or due maybe to the help of partners of Ukraine. I know that the Netherlands helped, also Denmark. They gave resources to build the schools, such schools, underground schools in Kharkiv. But still we have more children than it is possible to place in the classes in the underground schools. I'm also the teacher of the private lyceum. We work offline, and there we have a very good certificated shelter. The shelter, all the shelters in Ukraine, if they provide studies like kindergartens or schools or universities, they have to be certified. So the authorities have to check all the necessary things, and only then the school gets the certificate that it's possible to provide the students with the offline studies. This shelter is certified, and I say that we can have our classes offline. But again, there is another challenging thing. We have to go to the shelter sometimes several times a day. According to my experience, all days can be um, they can be, how to say, full of such visits to the shelter. But traditionally Monday and Tuesday are very difficult because sometimes we have to go there 6 or 7 times and spend there more than an hour or an hour and a half. And sometimes we are allowed to go out and go to our classes. And again, when we only sit at the desks and start the next part of the lesson, so again, the siren calls us to go to the shelter. Unfortunately, we can't have our classes in the shelter because it is possible to keep the children and the teachers underground in safety, but it is not possible to have classes. We have to either play some games with the children or talk with them or just do something to supervise them when they find out what to do. But in fact, so we can't have the good process of teaching, and again the lessons are skipped, and we have problems that the level of knowledge is lower than we wanted it to be. So that's what type of situation as a teacher I'm having in my life. I can say that I hope, and all the Ukrainians and all the citizens of my city hope that the situation will get better. But nowadays, I do not see the improvement.
So I heard that a warning beep go off as you were talking to us. So can you explain a little bit about the warning system in Kharkiv and in Ukraine? How do you know when there are missiles or drones? How do you know when to take shelter or when you might be able to ignore it? And talk about the new missile technology that Russia has recently deployed against Ukraine.
So the system of informing the people about the upcoming danger is improving day by day. So now, for example, we have some loudspeakers all over the country, all over the city. So we can hear the siren wherever we are. So if I'm at home, I can hear it. When I'm at school, I can hear it because we also have the special person trained, the person whose job is to follow all the information and to inform the teachers and the students that we need to go to the shelter. So, and as teachers, we also train our students to be very fast, to react very fast. So, because we understand that the rockets move much faster than we run, and that's makes us be very quick and ask our children and train them, our students, to be not just to go, but to run. Sometimes we have to run even because the jet drones that appeared maybe in April in the sky above our city, they move very fast. So Kharkiv is a very big city, but for example, it takes 4 minutes for the jet drone to cover the territory of all the city. And so we understand that we never know where it is going to fall. That's why we have to react and to be attentive. So we also have some apps in our phones. All the people have apps and some Telegram channels that inform us about what kind of weapon is attacking us right now, where it is, how fast it moves, where the target is, if they were attacked by our rockets, if they were destroyed by the Ukrainian troops. A lot of them are destroyed, but not all of them. Not all of them, because some of them are so fast, some of them can't be identified, because the Russian army, the Russian troops, they change the method of attacks like every day. So when something happens like permanently, we can get used to it, and we can understand how much time we have to react. Either I need to go to a safer place, or I can stay in the room. But the latest period of time shows that they are trying to mix all the methods, and sometimes they started using the new ways of attacks. Like yesterday, it was the day when they first used some avia bombs with the jets. So it means that they moved very fast, and they improved the like amount of the explosive substance. So nowadays, yesterday there were 3 bombs. Each of them had 99 kilos of explosive substance, and unfortunately, all the 3 bombs, they exploded, and they attacked 2 hospitals, a lot of cars, some blocks of flats, some private houses. So they attacked the territory, which is the mixture of private houses and blocks of flats, with a lot of shops. It's summer, there are a lot of people outside. So it was the first time they used it yesterday. And from time to time, like it happens, previously it was just about once in a period of 3 months that they trained or practiced something new. They tried to use some new weapons, some new, like, improved type of weapon. But it seems to me it started happening much more often than once in a period of 3 times.
Yes. And can you give us a short history on why Mr. Putin thinks that your country should belong to Russia?
Yeah, so just a few words will be difficult to say about that. So, but I will try to explain. So, modern Ukraine consists of the territories that previously belonged to different states. Historically, the territory of my country was the center of the Slavic tribes, and they were united together with some powerful princes. Yes, princes. In Ukrainian, they are called knyaz. And so those princes managed to have a good army. They had a lot of achievements in culture, in political sphere, and there was the state which was called Kiev Rus, and the center of it was in Kiev. So Kiev Rus was a really powerful state, and as there were a lot of princes together, they were powerful. But with time, the problems between them led to the destruction of that state. So Kievan Rus was ruined, and the territory of it was taken by the neighbors. So Lviv, where my mom now is, yes, she is in the west of our country, just 1,000 kilometers from my city. That territory belonged to Poland. So it was the territory of the Polish state. Then, for example, Kharkiv, where I am, it because of the very close distance to the Russian, modern Russian Federation and previous the Russian Empire. So it was influenced greatly by that state, and it was also the part of it. When the revolution of 1917 happened, and when the new state was organized, I mean the Soviet Union, Ukraine was automatically, not all the territory of the modern Ukraine, but the part of it, it was included into the Soviet Union. So for many years, for more than 70 years, Ukraine has been, Ukraine maybe had been the territory of the Soviet Union. And when the Soviet Union was destroyed, it stopped being the political state. Again, all the republics, there were 15 republics, yes, they gained independence. And so Ukraine also got the independence in 1991. And so it was the period of time when Ukraine got the highest quality of economics. It had the nuclear weapon, but you remember that we persuaded to give up the nuclear weapon and got the protection of different states, other states, including the United States, yes, and also the Russian Federation. And since then, Ukraine was heading its way. It was trying to build its relationships with other countries. As for Mr. Putin, who is considered to be like the Russian Tsar, I don't know, maybe he wants to be crowned like the king or Tsar of the Russian Empire, but what he wants to go back to to the Soviet Union. He wants to get back all the republics, and it seems to me that the day the Soviet Union was ruined, they started making a plan how to collect all of us together again. But still it is very difficult to do, because all countries, big and small ones, they want to be independent. They want to be, for example, some of the countries of former republics, they want to be the part of the European Union, like Baltic countries, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. They are the part of the European Union. Ukraine isn't. It's a candidate like Moldova and Georgia, but we remember we know that the parts of the territories in Moldova, in Georgia, they were taken by Russians. In 2008, it was Georgia. Previously, it was Moldova, and so Ukraine is also now the country whose territory was taken by illegally by the Russian Federation. First, it started with the Crimean Peninsula, then Donbas region, and in 2022, the full-scale invasion into the territory of Ukraine started with the plans to take it back to the Russian Federation. So as for the plans and the desires of Mr. Putin, well, I can say definitely that Ukraine is a country, like it's a combination, it's a mixture of different favorable things that are good for people to conquer it. Well, a lot of reasons. So Ukraine is the biggest country nowadays in Europe, with all the territories that are that belong to Ukraine according to our constitution. So it's the biggest country in Europe. If we speak about the soil of Ukraine, so 1/5 of all their food industry, of all the harvest that was produced in the Soviet Union, it belongs to Ukraine. It belonged to Ukraine, and Ukraine is the country that can grow and feed a lot of people, a lot of countries, not only in Europe, but also in Africa. And because of nowadays a lot of mines in our fields, especially very close to the battlefield, so they can't be used to grow food, to grow different seeds, to grow different to get the crops. So it makes this possibility to help other people get food impossible, unfortunately. Also, Ukraine is a country of very clever people. So, for example, the first person in the space was Yuri Gagarin. He was the Soviet cosmonaut, but the person who constructed this first spaceship is Sergei Korolev, who was Ukrainian. And so a lot of things, besides we are speaking about those minerals that our land is rich of, coal, a lot of rare minerals, which Mr. Trump is so much interested in and wants to get, not only him, but also Mr. Putin, who knows a lot about things. Yes, we have that. And we have some gas spots. And that's not only the gas from Russia. Ukraine also has it. A lot of ores and so a lot of things that are necessary for industry, for getting progress. So Ukraine is rich in all of them. Besides, the geographical position is very favorable. So we have the
There's a little fuzzy thing on that green microphone that connects to the Zoom meeting. If you've got questions. Oh, Tatiana.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello to all of you. Hello. Nice to see all of you.
We have just listened to most of your talk. We didn't have time to finish because I'm watching the time. But we have, about 20 people here in the audience, and perhaps there will be some questions for you. How are you doing today, by the way?
Thanks. Not bad. It's not very peaceful, but still it's, like I say, bearable. It's possible to live today.
Okay. Are there any questions in the audience? Anything you want to ask her since she's here live? You got to speak into the microphone, Anna, and she'll hear you.
Crops are you able to do with all these damn bombs coming down all over the place?
Did you understand? So
how many crops?
Crops. So agricultural production.
Yeah,
is that
I
able to
understand.
continue?
Compromise?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can say. Well, I do not know for sure all the situation in the agricultural sphere nowadays, but. What people know from the news is that the great number of fields are full of mines, and because of that, the farmers can't grow all the crops that were previously grown in Ukraine. Nowadays, Ukraine is the country number one with all the number of mines in all around the territory. So Unfortunately, we can't produce a lot of crops, different crops, wheat, buckwheat, and vegetables because of the war, and severe attacks on the fields, on the farmers. Sometimes the fields that are ready to give the crops, for example, with the wheat, they are, because of the severe attacks of drones and bombs, they were burnt. That they were the cases that happened last summer. So it's a serious problem. So I can't say how much we can get, but just parts of the fields are used.
Okay.
Everything because of the war.
Thank you. I think we have another question.
Hi, Tatiana. I'm interested in.
Talk into the black microphone.
Okay. I'm interested in the cultural changes that have happened as you've entered into wartime. My daily life, I might go shopping, and in the evening maybe go to a concert or something, movie. How much have things changed? Do people get to stroll in a park, for example, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I see. There is one word: greatly. Everything has changed greatly. To plan something, we have to plan everything according to the question of our safety. If we go somewhere, if we plan some like ordinary thing, daily routine things like going shopping or like going out, we should follow the information about the attacks. We should be careful about like hearing the sirens. We differ the sounds if it starts or it is over. So it influences greatly. If you're speaking about going to concerts or watching movies at the cinemas, nowadays we have theaters that work in the shelters. We also have cinemas that give us the opportunity to watch the movies, but everything is under the strict control of sirens and the information about the attacks. I'm a teacher. I go to the cinema. I take my students to watch some movies, some cartoons, and we, for example, the cartoon, when we are at the cinema, when we are watching, it can be stopped for several minutes, and we should wait till they start again, because this is the time when the attack is, there is an information about the attack, and luckily we have some cultural life. It doesn't mean that we do not have any cultural development. Yes, we have, but everything is under the strict control of safety, especially in the city where I live, because we are very close to the border, to the front line. My city geographically is just 30 kilometers from the border with the Russian Federation, and you understand that it is under the like permanent attacking, and sometimes it is really dangerous sometimes to be outside. Yes, that's it. But still, our authority, I mean, the authority of Ukraine, our mayor, a lot of people who give us the opportunity to get some cultural development, yes, we get it.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yeah.
Tatiana, how many of your friends and neighbors have had to leave Ukraine and live in other parts of Europe just for their own safety?
Yeah, I see. So what I want to say, when the war started on the 24th of February, a lot of people left, especially those with the children. That was reasonable because it was necessary to save their lives. The madness that was at the railway stations when the people attacked the trains that were leaving for the west of our country for several days, that was just a disaster. As for my relatives, my nieces, I have 3 nieces, my sister's daughters, all of them are in Europe now. In Germany, one of them lives in Germany, 2 of them live in Switzerland. They were among the first people who left Ukraine. As for my neighbors, I live in the block of flats. For example, it's alone a block of flats with 12 entrances. It has 9 floors. And I can say that when the war started and many people left, there were just few people living in my entrance. And it was just about, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 flats out of 36. With time, some people got back, not all of them, some, just some. And as for my friends, a lot of my friends stayed in Ukraine, stayed in Kharkiv. A lot of colleagues still work with me in my city. Some of them left, some of them got back. If I want, if I can say that just maybe half of my neighbors, half of my colleagues first left, but then with time they got back. Maybe in 2024, it was a time when a lot of people got back because of impossible situations in European countries. Not all people can live outside their country. So that's why I stayed in Kharkiv, because, it turned out I'm closely tied or connected with my city. So it is impossible for me to live in another city. I was trying to live in Lviv. I took my mom and we stayed for just about 5 months in Lviv region. But when my dad died, I had to return to Kharkiv. My dad stayed in the city with my sister. And so I got back in October 2022. And since then, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. There's another question, a couple more questions. We've got maybe 10 more minutes. Tatiana, is that good? Can you?
That's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Tatiana. One of the things that I think is so horrific that Putin has done is the kidnapping of the children.
Yes.
Are there children in your region or even your acquaintance that have been taken away?
Yes, that's a serious question of children kidnapped. There are thousands of them that were taken illegally to the territory of the Russian Federation. So it's a question that is under control of our government and personally President Zelensky, but it's a hard thing. It's a real challenge to get them back. As for like those children I know. Luckily, no. All the children I know, all the children I've been teaching, they are still either in the territory of our country or in the European countries. But at the beginning, if I'm not mistaken, on the 1st of March, there was a severe attack 2022. It was a severe attack when several students of my school died. Yes, and so I do not have kidnapped students, but I have the students that died, unfortunately. There was an aviation bomb that attacked the dormitory where a lot of students of our lyceum lived, and even because a lot of them were taken to safer places, there were still people there, and unfortunately this building was destroyed, ruined, and there were students of our school who died with their parents.
Okay, thank you. As another question. Tatiana, it can feel overwhelming to people who want to help because the situation is so dire. What is one thing that we could do that would make a difference for the people of Ukraine?
I know that, yes, I see a question, I understand. It's hard to determine one thing, to define something one that is necessary to do. I know that Ukraine as a state and Ukrainian people have already gained so much help from a lot of people around the world, and a lot of sympathy, a lot of good feelings and great support. It seems to me that what is possible to do is not to stop remembering about us, is to support the interest, not to the war, but to the situation, and to find out as much as possible about what is happening in reality. Because, media doesn't always tell everything that is necessary to tell. Some live communication with people who live under the attacks daily, who still have to survive in our modern reality. So this live communication is really precious, I think. So that's why I think it's what you can do, support this communication and try to pray for us also, because sometimes it's only necessary to pray. You know, when I stand in the hallway of my flat sometimes and I hear those sounds, I have nothing to do but only pray. So that's my answer.
Okay, I think there's one more question.
What do you think of Zelensky, the leader of your country?
So, I respect him a lot. I've already told in my recording that Ukraine, after getting independence, faced a lot of difficulties, and Zelensky is not the first president of independent Ukraine, but due to his courage due to his bravery and his firm position, we also still oppress because he didn't leave us. When maybe I don't know if you know something from the history of presidents of my country, of Ukraine. There was one of them who left us, and so if it wasn't for Zelensky, I don't know if we could still oppress, survive, and live as an independent state. So personally, I respect him a lot. Yes, he does a lot. He's doing a lot, and I hope that he will also do as much as he can to gain the victory, to protect the sovereignty of my country, and to stop the war. A lot of rumors can be heard about many politicians. He's not a perfect man. He's not a professional politician. He's the person of just different sphere. But he stands for us. He was brave enough to face this challenge and to ask for help all over the world in many places where he could. Those political changes that are in our Ukrainian political sphere, yes, we are not a perfect country. We also have people with different interests. But the interest of the Ukrainian people is to live in peace. And I'm sure that our president also stands for peace and tries to stop the war and tries to keep the territory and stands for our independence and sovereignty. So personally, I respect him a lot.
Thank you. Tatiana, thank you. Our time is up.
Yes.
But I so appreciate what you've shared with us today, the time you've taken to share, and we have taken all your information to heart, I'm pretty sure. I'll see you on Wednesday, I hope.
Yeah.
And stay safe.
Yes, and thank you.
Thank you again for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yes. I also want to say that just a couple of minutes. My dear, peace is very fragile, and what seems to be peaceful can be ruined in just one day, in several hours and minutes. Living in America, you should also be careful to keep the peace in your country and to be united and just be together, help each other. It's very important. As I said before, peace is very fragile, and we all over the world should keep it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again. Stay safe. Okay, all right.
Will you let us know if something happens?
Yes, but I hope I never have to report anything like that. Yes.
She's right on the border.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's a miracle they haven't bombed her building.
Well, as it's chance, right? She lives in a big city, but there are sometimes 600 drones or missile strikes every night, and yes. Okay. Today, after the service, the painters are coming for the ceiling on Tuesday, so we need to clear the sanctuary. We would really need help moving chairs off to the side into that alcove. The chairs can go there. The piano can stay, but things like the plants and the tables, all the little things, if they can go in the back room or in the kitchen or somewhere, if you can help carry something out of the room, that would be wonderful. So that we have a room that's ready to have the ceiling done. We do have a fundraiser going on. If you've got $50 sitting around that you want to put towards a can of paint that will help beautify our sanctuary, we'd appreciate it. You can donate in the basket or online. We need a lot of gallons of paint for this space. And the building will not be open for the next 2 weeks because painting will be going on. And if you want to help paint, please join us. And August 2nd is Eileen Korenik talking about vision.
Where's the basket for the paint?
Just in the back. Yeah, if you, okay. There's treats, coffee treats. It's zucchini cake with zucchini from the garden. And there are a few zucchini and a few kohlrabi from the garden, if anybody wants to take those home. And let's join for our closing words.